Good morning, Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. I think it's because it's like really early morning here for me. So it just feels like that. It could be any time where you are. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Sagittarius, we're going to take a little look at you through the dark and the light goddesses this week. I'm going to use my dark goddess oracle deck, and I have my divine goddess, divine wisdom or something. I don't know. It's the divine goddess deck. We're going to use those, and yeah, we're going to see what your superpower is, what your kryptonite, your weakness is, what your nemesis is, and what your next assignment is going to be. So I'm going to start with the dark goddess deck, and we're going to see what they have to say, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what I really love about your reading is that you are being shown how to conquer your weakness through your strength. I think it's brilliant, actually. So what I'm going to do is actually go right to the weakness, right? So that we can point it out and then show you how you get over it. So your weakness, your kryptonite here is transforming your communication. Right. What's really funny is the last card in the tarot that you have with that too is the Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like, this is not working. I need a different plan. So you have the Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is called perfect work in this deck. This is the Heaven and Earth Tarot, and the Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords. Excuse me, sorry. I think I have one more coming. Excuse me. The Seven of Pentacles is called success unfulfilled. Something's not working out here. And you're like, I need to say it differently. I need to do something a little bit different, but I'm not sure how I need to do it. It has something to do with communication. That could be like, am I asking the right question? I don't feel like I'm getting the right answer. I don't feel like I'm getting the answer that I need. So I don't feel like I'm answering the right question. Or I don't feel like I'm understood in here. I don't think somebody really understands what my needs or my wants are, or what my intentions are. Like, you know what? There's something like, this is not working. I really need to change my communication, the way that I do that, because it's not working. Now, I got to tell you, the thing that comes up as your strength is a form of communication that you are very strong with. So I kind of want to say that this is maybe something you should lean into. So your superpower is persuasion and humor. So persuasive humor. And I feel like persuasion is a type of communication, right? Like, it's how we kind of get people on board to the things that we would like to do with them, or the things that we would like them to do with us, or, you know, how we would like to maybe take a bit of control in a situation for a particular outcome. Like, I want to persuade you to do this. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, it looks like to me, based on these cards, that you guys are really good with kind of getting people. If there's something that, I mean, we all do it, right? I mean, I have to be careful the way I word this, because I don't want it to sound like you're very manipulative, controlling, and everybody tries to use persuasion in different ways, correct? But if you use it in a healthy way, you're kind of you're observing the feedback that you're getting. Oh, well, you know what? I don't think this person wants to do that project. So, okay, it doesn't matter how hard I try to convince them, they're not gonna. You know, and sometimes persuasion can even be just kind of like exiting the room. You know, going in a different direction, and then that energy might come towards you, right? There's different ways you can use persuasion. But I really feel like, too, with the tarot cards you're going to see here, which, well, maybe you already, if you kind of paused the video and looked, you saw what you had there. I want to say that there's a link also in terms of irony. So isn't this ironic? I mean, that's your persuade. That's where you have your strength here. You can persuade, because I feel like irony can be kind of like, something that didn't work out so well, or something that's not working out so well. Finding kind of the funny side of that. Oh, isn't that funny? Oh, frig life. Like, it's so funny. Because you have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Empress. It's like, boom, the heck. That's like turning something completely upside down. That is like taking an energy that's just not working. It's, you're not getting along. You're feeling out in the cold about it. And then boom, it's just like, wow. One of the things that came to me too, when I saw these three cards with the Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and then the Empress, I immediately heard, the sweetest fruit is on the loveliest tree in an abandoned old rail yard. Like it's what you don't expect to find the sweetest thing. So there's something, okay, so this persuasion and the humor could be something, I feel like this is a strength that you have, but maybe you haven't shown it. Or maybe you haven't incorporated this into something here. You might be quite the cad. You might be quite funny, Sagittarius. I don't know. But you have a knack with your humor. And I want to say too, if you're in some sort of situation that you find yourself in at any given time, I want to say you've leaned into this and not really maybe even realized it. Like, if somebody's been a little cold to you, if there's been a little bit of a conflict there, you manage to suddenly show yourself like, whoa, wait a second. What are we dealing with here? Sagittarius kind of took me by surprise. I didn't expect that from them. There's a whole side of them here that is like, interesting. I want to explore this. So, you know what I'm saying? I really love how, it's transforming this communication. Do you know, this is the first time I've ever done like a really early morning reading. I feel like what my grandfather used to say, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I haven't even eaten yet. I'm just having like vegetable juice. I'm feeling like really into this. So, okay, let's keep going. Your weakness is transforming your communication, but if you would recognize your strength, you could see how you can do that. And it's more like persuasive. I think persuasive is also subtle. It's subtle. It's not very forceful. And I think it's subtle because you introduce humor. So it's almost like by introducing humor and being subtle, you are not forcing any sort of particular dialogue or a direction for a dialogue. That's the transformation in communication that I think would be helpful for you. At least it's showing up in the cards. Now your nemesis here. Your nemesis, do you have a new beginning or are you trying to find one? Or either you've got a new beginning going on here and you're not really saying anything about it, or you're trying to find the direction of your new beginning and it seems like the universe is hiding it from you or it's just not showing up to you. So, yeah, the cards are still not even telling me. It's your new beginning, though. The High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. This is a nemesis. It could even be something that, maybe this has something tied into what you want to share with someone, right? Because there's secrecy around this, and it's a new beginning, but... Okay, if I look at this, the body language, right? It's as if, she's got the lantern. She knows where she's going. She's leading the way here. Leading the way and looking back. Come on. Come on. It's persuasive, right? Like that's kind of persuasive energy. And it's your nemesis. Oh my gosh. Your strength is showing up in this reading and how to like overcome your weakness and how to strengthen, you know, something that I think you face over and over again and struggle with here. If, you know, it's like something as simple as a new project or maybe a new adventure that you want to go on with someone, but you just don't think they would be into it. It is like not saying where you're going. I mean, that's kind of what I've got here too. But sort of being, follow the breadcrumbs. This is going to be fun. Who knows what'll happen? You know, it's like just bring in this really kind of easy-go-lucky energy. Oh, this Six of Pentacles is like a breadcrumb card. It can be like that too. The Nemesis is, you know, could even be like you feel like the universe is, if this is not your style of communication that you're being sort of shown, I think for some of you it is, but if it's not you, that you could utilize this, I kind of feel like your strength is being persuaded through humor. It's kind of laughing at your own situation, because this is going from the worst shit ever to just, wow, amazing growth, abundance, health, prosperity, just amazing, amazing, amazing energy. It's just to kind of, so even if you're in a shitty situation now, like, I'm trying to understand this Nemesis, because it's maybe even like you feel like the universe could be like kind of leading you on here. Where's this new beginning? You keep like taking me down these different alleys. Oh, it's funny. I feel like there's, whenever I like sometimes watch something or read something, it's interesting how it can come into readings. This came into someone else's reading, and I was going through like some boxes and stuff that I've moved a couple times now and not really looked in, and they were my son's things, and he's like grown a whole shitload in the initial point that we started moving. So I got rid of stuff, but I found one of my old books in one of his boxes, and it was Who Moved My Cheese, which is just an amazing book. And it's been so long since I read it, and I would never get rid of it because I think it's one of those books, it's always good to go back to it and read it. It takes like 15-20 minutes to get through it. And it's interesting because it's about being, you know, brave enough to go back into the maze when you've lost something in your life. And the cheese is just the symbol of that. But the cheese can mean many different things to many different people, which is the genius of the book. And it's when that is suddenly gone or removed, how do you react to that? And what do you do? Like, there's two characters in the book that just don't react very well at all. They're angry. They deserve the cheese. Where did it go? That's not fair. I'm going to have a fit. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again because the cheese should just come back to me. And then there's other two characters that immediately, as soon as the cheese is gone, they put their shoes back on and they start running through the maze. And going through the maze, you're going to go down all sorts of places where you're not going to find what you're looking for. You're going to run into walls sometimes because you turn around a corner and it's suddenly like, whoa, that didn't go very far. But you're going to find the cheese again. You are going to find the cheese. And we always sort of do, as long as you go back into the maze. So, and that's kind of like what this is reminding me of, right? Like it is. It's like going through the maze, looking for the new beginning. Where's the new cheese? Where's the cheese? And actually, one of the things that the character who finally was kind of stuck in Who Moved My Cheese, one of the two, there's two mice and there's two little people. The two mice are instinctive little animals, and as soon as the cheese is gone, they don't overthink anything and they just go out and look for cheese. The two little people, of course, overthink everything. But one of the little people, he eventually leaves and starts, becomes kind of brave. I'm going to go out and try to find the cheese. Where was I going with it? New beginnings, the cheese. Shit. Ugh, getting old. Maybe I need more. It was a realization that he had written on the wall. Oh, maybe it'll come back. Give me a second. Secrecy of the new beginnings. Shit, I don't know. But anyways, it's so, it might come back to me when I'm trying not to think about it. So the High Priestess with the 10 of Swords, this is literally like the universe is showing you this is the end. This is the end. The cheese is gone. The cheese is gone. Follow the breadcrumb trail. That's your nemesis here. The cheese is gone. Follow the breadcrumb trail. You don't know where it's going. I'll tell you this though. In the book, they find like the biggest. Eventually, he does. The one little person finds just the biggest biggest storage of cheese ever. And when he gets there, the two little mice are already there. They're like, hey. And he's hoping his friend will eventually come along the way. So it's like follow. The universe is persuading you. It is, laugh. I know what it was. Laugh at, kind of laugh at yourself sometimes and laugh at the absurdity. I don't think that's quite the way it was worded, but that was kind of the context of it, is laugh at the absurdity of your own life when you can. That's your superpower, because you could be without cheese and you could be struggling, running through the maze to find it. You're going to find the biggest pocket of cheese ever. Transformation, communication. This communication too, if this is not with someone else, it could be like the things that you say to yourself, even going back to that book. Because the one little person who didn't leave where the cheese used to be through the whole story, at some point you kind of hear the little person that did left hear something down the hallway and hoping that it was his old friend. But this could be even like negative self-talk, like transform how you say things to yourself. Transform what you're seeing and how that could work for you instead of how that could not work for you, right? I need to get up early and do readings like this. I feel like my mind is clear without any food or any interaction with the outside world yet. It's kind of cool. I should. I have to have a shower first. I might look kind of rough. Or just get out of bed and start doing a reading. I'll just lay in bed and do readings. Okay. Your next assignment is empowerment communion. Wow. So, okay. I want to say it is connecting with the universe, trusting your intuition, and like creating. It's sort of like, it's more like, oh my God, it's communicating, communion. I feel like that is like a communication. It's like sacred communication between you and the universe. Sacred communication between you and the universe. That's your empowerment. That's your next assignment. You have material work, which is 3 Pentacles, the King of Wands, and loss in pleasure, which is the 5 of Cups. There's something about this energy that feels like feeling a little bit, oh God, I didn't even say okay, we're gonna go over there too. About like the King of Wands with this 3 Pentacles. It just has this feeling like, not being on the same level as this little group here, right? The King of Wands is kind of like bigger than life. And this is a small little group working on a small little project. It's good stuff, but it doesn't feel like it's the right place for the King of Wands somehow. Like that doesn't feel good. It's kind of like feeling sort of sad about it. Like I don't fit in here, but it's one of those situations looking at these cards where to me, it feels as if, the King of Wands could almost it's a bigger personality than what could house it here, but because the King of Wands is trying to fit into it, right? It's like this great big dynamic personality trying to squeeze into this little tiny room. It makes the King of Wands feel small and sad. So your empowerment here is to commune with the universe. Maybe it's to I don't know, maybe just talk to the universe. That's fascinating. Okay. What do I even say about this? This is something. Because the entire deck for the Dark Goddess is in the upright. So the entire deck is your underlying. I was moving, going, okay, it's going to stop at some point. Oh, come on. I thought, that's crazy because, some of this deck has been, inverted, upright, inverted. I have made a point to put it in the right order because I kind of prefer small underlines, but I just let it be. I let it do its own thing when I shuffle it out. And you'll see throughout the week with the underlines from this deck, like some people just had one card in the underline, and then it was immediately the next card was reversed, or some had 3 or 4 or 5. Do you know what this tells me? This tells me you've run through the whole story. Like, because this is the basis. This is the support post for why we're here. You're going through what's on the table are the last 4 significant pieces for you in some kind of journey through the maze. Yeah, really, wow. Okay, so what was sort of on the immediate top was endurance, endurance and fate. Gosh, doesn't that make sense? Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, it's just, I just want to talk about these two. I mean, I'm not going to pick and choose because it's the whole damn deck. Enduring your fate. Like, it's sort of like your fate to walk out into this maze, right? To go out into the maze again. Something gets removed. Like, at one point in the story, it talks about what the cheese meant to the 2 little people. The one little person, having the constant source of cheese for him meant, you know, the hopes of one day having a family, and I can't remember like any other things that were kind of mentioned with that. Or the other one, it was like having power and control and power over other people. It's just like, here's a little bit. I think it was the one that got reading. I'm not leaving this cheese station C, I think it was called. So that's kind of funny, right? Like the different things that could mean, but then it is. Walking in the maze could be dark. It could be dark and gray. You don't know what you're going to find in there, but you are going to find the cheese. At some point you are going to find it. So I do think that's like, it's almost as if to say, you've run through the whole quest. You're getting so close to, oh, and aren't you? Look at this underline for your tarot. Judgment, the Sun, and the Fool. Boom, boom. Oh, see, there's the humor. Judgment, the Sun, and the Fool. It's a new beginning. It's the brightest day. It's the biggest cheese station you've ever seen. And it's a new start. And then your underline here, potential revelation. You just might be about to go down the right part of the maze here, Sagittarius. Something could potentially be revealed to you. Why potential? I don't know. I guess because you could decide to do anything. You could just decide to wake up and just say, screw this shit. I'm going back to cheese station C that has nothing left in it, and I'm just going to sit in that energy. I'm just going to look at this. This is the only thing I want to clarify because it's so fascinating to me. These 2 5s. It's like, and it could be going down, you find either something unexpected in life or something unexpected in you is found, you know, and through a very difficult period. So let's look at the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. The 8 of Cups. Well, you know what I like about this? I really do think this is like laughing at the irony of things. Because this is, and that changes your energy, changes your direction. So the 5 of Pentacles is not a good energy to be in. It's a very lack energy. It's hard to manifest anything in that. I'm not going to invest in that anymore, right? With the 8 of Cups, walking away from that. I'm not investing in it emotionally anymore. If it's not working out, I'm not going to feel anything about it. If it's the wrong way, if I went down the wrong part of the maze, I went down the wrong part of the maze. You'd be like Sniff. The 2 little mice in the story are Sniff and Scruff? No, Sniff and Scurry? Yeah, maybe something like that. It's going to be like them. They just noticed it doesn't work. Go, move. Like, right? It's funny. Like, animals don't really overthink everything. Or like part of the overthinking that was taking place too with the little people was, I deserve more than this. I shouldn't have to run out there and go find things for myself. I've earned this cheese. Why is it gone? The mice didn't even consider it. And they were the first ones to find the new cheese. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. The Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Nine, actually no, I think this came out first, the Empress, and then the Nine of Swords. I want to say there could be even like, yeah, some sort of, there might even be some sort of protecting energy here with this Five of Wands, like even, you know, different competing interests here and trying to protect yourself, like people telling you which direction of the maze to go down in life, and you know, kind of knowing that, I don't know, it's not for me. And like, there's some idea about knowing your self-worth that is coming through here in your strength and your superpower. But there's kind of like a hang up in your mind. Oh, what was this one? Oh, the Eight of Pentacles. I love it. It's mastering the struggle. And then you get into this Empress energy. Oh. Your next assignment. Your next assignment could be about a very powerful empowerment communion with someone. Oh, interesting. Okay. You have this Empress energy, like, right? Like it's something not working out about it. And then, so then we end up in it. Oh, no, that was here. You have the Six of Cups, the Death card, and then the Queen of Wands. Okay. So until the Queen of Wands came out, I thought, oh, well, you know, just keep laughing, because it's sort of like there's some sort of ending here between, you know, something from your past or someone from your past. There's an ending, and that ending could have had something to do with the Empress. This could be actually about being in some sort of a partnership. But it also could be where you at least feel like there's a significant loss in the abundance that you sort of have in life that's attached to it, perhaps, with whatever this connection is with the Six of Cups and the Death card. But this is time to run out into the maze. That it is running out into the maze. And it's the Queen of Wands. So now I kind of feel like, because this is talking about your strength, I don't know, you're one or the other here. I feel like because your next assignment is to have a very empowering connection, communion. It is spiritual. It's like sometimes not even words are spoken in communion, right? I'm not, well, yeah. The sharing or exchange of intimate thoughts and feelings, especially when the exchange is on a mental or spiritual level. And it is sort of like the more, I guess, religious, the service of Christian worship at which bread and wine are consecrated and shared. What is the true meaning of communion? Anyways, okay. So yeah, it is like, it's something more spiritual. It is more spiritual. It's a more spiritual. And with what? Look at it. Something more spiritual. I wonder if this is even something that like you tried to build at some point, but it wasn't very spiritual. And it's interesting it's in a church. That's funny too, right? That it's in a church. So that might mean something to someone, but it's disappointing. Okay, the other way I want to go with this too is you could have had a relationship with someone that was sort of consecrated in a church. And now you're going to have a relationship with somebody that is consecrated in the universe. Like it's much more spiritual. What an interesting reading, Sagittarius. That's what I got. What's the underline now? Page of Swords. Keep your eye out. Navigate yourself through the maze. See where you're going. I am going to do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to get a card from the Witch's Oracle. And I'm going to ask, with different Oracle and Tarot cards, what from your past still pulls on you? Which is interesting because you're supposed to walk straight forward into the maze, right? Go into the maze. But, you know, in that story, he kept thinking about his old friend back there. And then maybe that old friend could even represent, like, for some of you that I talked about, maybe you had a relationship in the past that was consecrated in like a church environment, where you're going to have a relationship that is consecrated through spiritualism, through open spiritualism. And so like that could symbolize that someone from the past, right, was in the maze. So, yeah, we're going to ask what from your past still pulls on you, what from your future is trying to push you forward, how this push and pull affects you, and then how you can allow all things to flow freely. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this early morning reading. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.